Greetings, Gravity Falls fans, and welcome to my first kind of drawing tutorial. Not that I'm so great at drawing that I should be teaching you, but hopefully this will help some of you guys to perhaps draw yourselves in the Gravity Falls drawing style. So in one of my first ever drawing videos, I drew myself in the Gravity Falls style. But for that video, I kind of made myself as a kid, like Dipper and Mabel's age. So I decided to do another version, more of what it would kind of look like if I, at my present age, actually lived in Gravity Falls as a character. So let's begin and see how some of these main stylistic choices can help your drawings look just like it came right out of the show. Now, I'll be using Adobe Flash, but you could also use Photoshop or really any drawing software. But even if you're just on pen and paper, these ideas should carry through. Now, before we move on with the drawing, I want to hit on a few of the defining and quintessential features of the Gravity Falls style. So, Gravity Falls characters can largely be broken down into tubes, and what I mean by this is, for the most part, the character limbs and torsos are really just simple straight tubes. If you stick to this tubular body form, you'll probably be on the right track, and stay in keeping with the majority of Gravity Falls characters. Next, and probably most important, is the eyes. They are nearly always two simple circles touching each other for almost every character. If you make a character with the eyes separate, it's going to start to feel not so much like Gravity Falls, which actually helps the show for when they want to make certain characters feel a bit out of place. Next, let's look at head shapes. As adult characters go, heads seem to differ in shape quite a bit, but for younger characters, most of them seem to have a very similar head shape. It's kind of like two ovals, one on its side and one standing up. Pacifica, Dipper, Mabel, Gideon, and many of the other younger characters follow this format. The teenage/young adult characters all seem to have kind of slender faces as well. This isn't as definite of a rule as the younger kids' head shapes, but it's also a thing. Also, a quick note about the feet. Most characters in Gravity Falls have these kind of long, flat feet. Even larger characters like Grenda or Seuss, though they've got larger ankles, still have kind of a flat foot part, if that makes sense. So that's definitely something to keep in mind as you're drawing the feet. So those are a few fast and loose rules to follow when creating your character. So with that, let's head in and create mine. Okay, so the very first thing I'm doing is drawing out some reference lines just so I can get my proportions right. I'm using the beloved Gravity Falls fan favorite character Nate, since he's probably about my height, I would guess. And next, I'll just start roughing out the character with some light colored lines. This is going to be a really fast sketch just to get an idea of where I'm heading. In mocking up the head, there's a few different routes you can go with the nose. Some have the long downward shaped noses, others the cute small nose. This will of course come down to what you look like or what you want your character to look like. Though it should be noted that oftentimes Gravity Falls male characters have a slightly pink or red nose, which is kind of a fun touch. As I go into inking my character, I want to stress not to use pure black for your outlines. For my outline color, I'm using a color picked directly from an image from the show. It's kind of a slightly lighter black. And trust me when I say this goes a long way to making it feel authentic. As you can see, the feet are long and flat, and the limbs are pretty tube-like, so we are well on our way. Now, Gravity Falls is weird about fingers, but when it comes to fingers, the rule seems to be kids and teens kind of have 4 fingers and adults have 5. Of course, there are exceptions, but this is a safe rule to probably use. Now, as I am fleshing out the face here, I've got my circular eyes touching with the nose slightly separating them. I've also created a few different mouths for you guys to check out, all of which are sort of Gravity Falls-ish, so any of these will work. Now, eyebrows are an interesting thing. Seems kids and female characters usually have just simple lines for eyebrows, while older males may have more thick ones, so I'm drawing mine accordingly, kind of similar to Robbie, somewhere in the middle. All we've got left to do is color it in quick, and there we have it. Now, I know this wasn't like a step-by-step process on how to draw Dipper or something like that, but I'm betting that there are plenty of those out there. I wanted to look at some of the techniques and overlying style choices that hopefully could help you guys make your own Gravity Falls creations instead of just redrawing Dipper. So best of luck drawing out there, Gravity Falls fans, and I would love to see some of your creations. You can hit me up on Twitter @LouToons. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.